Hello, welcome back to our class. So in this video, we're going to learn about how to solve transportation problem using northwest corner cell method. So we're going to use what we call northwest corner cell method. Now, using northwest corner cell method, it requires you to identify the most northwest corner in the transportation problem. So in this case, I've just brought back the transportation problem that we're going to use to solve that. So you can see here, if this is your compass, of course, this is always your northwest, all right? So you can identify the cell here, because I've told you these are coast cells. You can identify the cell which gives us, or which is in the most northwest corner. So you can check here and see that this first cell here is our most northwest corner cell. That's our most northwest corner cell. Then that's the cell we are going to start by allocating the resources that have been supplied here. Remember, in our previous video, we did balancing of the problem. Of course, you add the values, of course, to make sure that our problem is a balanced transportation problem. All right, so this one is a balance. We add the values here. I've already added, and then we have 1200 as our values. Now, so we start allocating the first cell, which is in the northwest corner. So we have the demand here is 250. The supply is 300. So I will allocate 250 here. Then you can see what remains here is 50. So I'll remain with 50. Now, on this cell, I have fully allocated what it required. So I have fully allocated that cell, what it needed. So we remain with demand of 0 here. So therefore, that means I have to close this column for demand destination 1, because it no longer participates since we have fully supplied what it needed. So I will close this cell. All right. Now we'll identify from the remaining cells. So the remaining cells starting from here, this cell O1, D2, O1, D2, O2, D2, and so forth. So we have all these other cells remaining. This is where now we are going to identify our next northwest corner. So our next northwest corner is going to be found here. You can see that. You are still following the most northwest corner. If you put your compass here, this cell here is our most northwest corner. So let's look at the demand. The demand here is 350. The demand is 350. So you can see how much do we have in the supply. So we have 50. So you can allocate the 50 that we have. All right. Then it means here we still need 300 to be able to serve the demand destination 2. So I'll have 0 here. So therefore this means also I have fully exhausted supply source 1, and therefore it has nothing else to offer. So it's not going to participate again in the next allocation. So I'm going to close this row. Okay. So I have closed that row. So I have only these cells remaining, these ones. All right. So I can see from my cells, the most northwest corner part is this. So this cell here, which is in cell number O2, D2. All right. So this cell here is going to be our northwest corner. So I will allocate. So I look at the demand. The demand again here is 300. And then we have the supply is 400. So I'll give 300 what it needs. So what remains here is 100. Then basically I have fully supplied this. So this tells me that I have fully supplied destination 2. So it will not participate in the next allocation. So I'm going to close it. I'm going to close this column. So I'm remaining with these cells now, these 4 cells here. Then my most northwest corner, again, I identify it's this. It is in this cell here, which has cost of 5. So whatever is available here is 100 supply in source 2. And then the demand is 400. So I'll give the 100 which is available. All right. Then source 2 has fully supplied what it had. So therefore it means I will have to close this source 2 since all the resources available has been exhausted. So it will not be able to participate in the next allocation. So I close that cell. Now I'm remaining only with these 2 cells here. All right. So I can start with this. This is the most northwest corner. I allocate it again. So I have, it needs 400. Availability here is, sorry, this one is not 400. Of course, I forgot we did this. So this one is supposed to be 300. Remember that we had allocated 100 here in destination 3. Yeah, from this. Then, so what was remaining is 300. So that means now we only need 300 to fully satisfy destination 3. So I will allocate 300 from this. So I have fully supplied that destination. So my last cell is this. So I'll have to allocate what is remaining. Of course, I have given here 300, 200 remains here. Now, so this last cell here, the demand destination 4 needs 200. So what is remaining is 200 in the supply source 3. So I will allocate those 200. And I would have fully done my allocation in that cell. So to get the total cost of transportation using the northwest corner cell method, I'm going to multiply each like this. So I'll say 250 times the cost of that cell. I mean each cell allocated plus 50 times 1 plus the next cell. So we have 300 times 6 plus the next cell. I have 100 times 5 plus the next cell. I have 300, of course, the second 300 times 3 plus the last one. I have 200 times 2. So if you do a calculation, this one is going to give us total cost. We are adding all these values, so 250 times 3 plus 500 times 50 times 1, sorry, plus 300 by 6 plus 100 by 5 plus 300 by 3, and that. This one should give you a value like 4,400. So this is the total minimum cost of transportation using the northwest corner method. So in our next video, we're going to see how to use least cost cell method.